the king's son, and the girl who refused. The screams were the worst part. They echoed through the village like the cry of a dying animal. Even after the guards dragged her away, even after the heavy palace doors slammed shut, the sound lingered in our ears, in our chests. I was there that night. I saw everything. Her name was Adaeze, the most beautiful woman in our village, with skin as smooth as fresh palm oil and eyes as sharp as a hunter's spear. But beauty was not what made her special. It was her spirit. She was strong, fearless. She spoke her mind when others dared not. She walked with pride, like a queen in her own right. The trouble started during the last New Yam festival. The whole village gathered in the palace courtyard, wearing their best clothes. Drums pounded, women danced, children laughed. It was a day of joy. But that was the day Obiora, the king's son, saw Adaeze. He watched her as she danced, his eyes following her like a hawk watching its prey. When she laughed, he smiled. When she moved, he leaned forward. By the end of the night, everyone knew Obiora had made his choice. The next morning, the king's messengers arrived at Adaeze's home. They came with gifts, baskets of yams, fine cloth, beads, and cowries. The eldest messenger stepped forward and spoke. "The prince has chosen a wife. Your daughter, Adaeze, will join the royal family." Adaeze's mother clapped her hands together in joy. Her father, a man of few words, nodded in approval. To marry the prince was an honor, a blessing. But Adaeze remained silent. Then she spoke. "No." At first, everyone thought they had misheard. "No," the messenger asked, tilting his head. "No," Adaeze said again, louder this time. "I will not marry him." The room fell silent. Even the birds outside seemed to stop singing. The messenger's face darkened. "This is not a request, girl. The prince has chosen." "And I have chosen as well," Adaeze said, standing tall. "I do not love him. I do not want to be his wife." The messengers left without another word, but we all knew this was not the end. That night, the palace guards came. I was walking back from my uncle's compound when I heard the commotion, the sound of shouting, the crash of something heavy falling to the ground, then Adaeze's voice, sharp and full of terror. "Let me go! I will not go with you." I ran toward her family's hut. A crowd had already gathered, but no one dared to step forward. The guards, 4 of them, were dragging Adaeze out of the house. Her mother was screaming. Her father stood frozen, his hands shaking at his sides. Adaeze fought like a trapped lioness. She kicked, she bit, she grabbed onto the doorframe, anything to stop them from taking her. But they were too strong. They pulled her away, her feet dragging in the dirt. She locked eyes with me for a brief moment. "Tell them what they did," she said. "Do not let them forget." Then the guards struck her across the face, and she went limp. They carried her away, disappearing into the night. No one moved. No one spoke. It was as if the whole village had been turned to stone. For days, there were whispers. Some said she was locked in the palace, forced to wear fine clothes and eat the food of a queen, but always behind locked doors. Others said she tried to run, and the king's men chased her deep into the forest where the spirits of the dead wander. But no one knew for sure.